Hail and well met adventurers, and welcome back to Fantasy Forge. It's been quite some time since we've done one of these D&D Pokémon fusion videos, but I'm glad to be back at it. However, before we hop into the episode, I've got a few channel updates and announcements that I'm going to get through as quickly as possible. If you haven't heard, I am now the Dungeon Master for a D&D live stream called Arcanarama. If you want to support me in the channel, I would absolutely love it if you'd follow the link in the description over to twitch.tv/Arcanarama and give us a follow. It's a really great show. We built a beautiful set that you can actually watch the process of right here. And we're telling a very compelling story that will be going into a full homebrew phase very soon as we round out the end of the Waterdeep Dragon Heist module. We're live every Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on twitch.tv/Arcanarama, and that's tonight. Tune in, see if you like it, give us a follow, and join our wonderful and ever-growing community. Also, every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, we go live with Arcanarama, where you can tune in and chat with me live while I make these D&D Pokémon fusions live on Twitch and get a glimpse at them before the YouTube episode drops, as well as many other fun D&D and art-based Arcanaramas to come very soon. Speaking of Arcanarama, that leads to our second very big update. I have an Etsy store where you can buy handmade dice made by me. There's a link to the Fantasy Forge dice shop in the description down below if you're interested in buying some polyhedral click-clacks for yourself. We also give away one set for free every Saturday during our Arcanarama stream. And they'll ship anywhere in the world, excluding Quebec because of laws. Sorry, Quebec. Now is the absolute best time to join us live and participate in the giveaways. We're getting more and more entrants every time. Several of our viewers have actually won multiple times, so get in while the getting's good. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and see what monstrosities are born in this episode 12 of D&D Pokémon Fusions. First roll of the day is 20, the Cockatrice, or Cockatrice. This tiny chicken snake breathes a noxious cloud that can turn you to stone if you're not careful. The Pokemon being fused with the stone gas chicken is Chansey. With the help of the Twitch chat, we came to the decision that this creature is a monstrosity created by the magical tampering of wizards with the Cockatrice. We also decided that this particular monstrosity is named Kevin. The toiling of wizards has brought great leaps in civilization. From the invention of the airships that carry passengers to and from continents through the skies, to the massive stone guardians that watch over Waterdeep. But for every societal leap, there are tenfold missteps, errors, and blunders. Failed artifice often results in an unusable product or a malfunction, but in some cases, even a small mishap can spell disaster for a civilization. One such case is with Verdant Labs in Mistinor. The wizards and artificers of the laboratories were experimenting on a cure-all for petrification, but a mistake was made during the testing on a cockatrice. The result was a bulbous creature with a distended abdomen and stunted wings, a cockatrice that rapidly grows and expels eggs. At first it seemed that a breakthrough in breeding had taken place, but only 1 in 4 eggs contained offspring. The other 75% were full of the same noxious poison that turns their surroundings to stone. Needless to say, after one of the cages was left open, there's no longer a Verdant Labs in Mistinor, thanks to the creation of and destruction wrought by the Cockatrice Brood Mother. Our next D&D monster on the chopping block is number 89, the Nothick. These spooky former wizards got close to obtaining immortality via lichdom, but forgot to carry the wand somewhere along the way. Oops. The Pokemon being joined in unholy amalgamation is Raticate, a rat with ever-growing teeth. Let's go a bit more humanoid this time and write a story for what the chat has named Susan. Susanna Wickersplint was born and raised in the Whistlebloom Woods in the south of Verfolgen Prefecture in Grimdal. Her family didn't have much in the way of wealth, but what they lacked in coin they more than made up for in natural wonders. With their druidic practices, the Wickersplints protected their forest home, and in turn were granted the powers of nature, a gift bestowed by the oldest spirit of the forest, known as Granny Greenteeth. Unbeknownst to the Wickersplints, however, was the fact that Granny Greenteeth's deal came with a few hidden clauses. When a young Susanna grew older, she met a traveler from the city of Verfolgenshire, a young man named Felix Witherby. The two fell fast in love, and Susanna made plans to move to the city to be with Felix. But Granny Greenteeth had different plans. She viewed Susanna's love as a betrayal of her oath to protect the forest. The night she was meant to flee, the spirits of the woods surrounded Susanna, a pack of spectral rats that swirled around her. Her bones cracked and twisted, and her teeth grew and grew. A wild shape gone awry. She took on the form of the rat spirits that plagued her. She knew that her lover would never accept her in this hideous ratfolk form. And so, as the legend says, she still lurks the Whistlebloom Woods to this day, doing whatever she's bid by the ageless hag, Granny Greenteeth. That brings us to our final fusion of the day. But first, just in case I haven't convinced you to check out Arcanarama on Twitch yet, here's a clip where a nefarious villain nearly killed one of the party members. That brings us back to the top of the round. Cholula, I need you to make another death saving throw.
That's a 5. Oh god!
It's one failure. That brings us to Lady Esfel Rosa. She takes this splash of acid, sees you, Alma, and then looks down, sees Cholula. She steps forward. She's gonna reach down, lift Cholula up to her feet, holding her up. You should have just left. And she drops you over the side. Cholula begins falling at the start of her next turn. Alma.
I'm gonna rush up and attempt to stab her with my Shadow Blade. 5 points of damage. And I'm shaking. Cholula hasn't fallen yet.
She has just been tossed and is starting to fall limply because she is unconscious.
Okay, yeah, telekinesis, I'm gonna pull her into me.
You do so. You bring her back to you.
And now I'm just sword out and ready.
Hell yeah. That's fucking dope.
Thanks.
Follow the link in the description to catch up on the Arcanarama YouTube channel, subscribe, follow us on Twitch, and tune in on Saturdays. Now, back to the final fusion. The last D&D monster on the books today is number 36, the Ettercap, A potbelly Spider-Man. I can dig it. Being entangled in the Ettercap's web today is our last Pokemon. Rhydon. Nice. This rock and normal type Rhino Pokemon mixed with the Spider-Person Ettercap gave me an idea to create a playable race, and the chat agreed. So, without further ado, I present the Rhino Folk. Native to the Red Pines around Naramloth in Mistinor, the Rhino folk are a complex and varied group of peoples. They're among the only humanoids outside of the Crexan Empire and Vassacre that have the ability to herd the wild pentacorn rhinoceros of Kavora. However, where the Crexan Empire requires a special unit of brutal soldiers to subjugate and break the rhinos, the Rhino folk have a much more peaceful and holistic approach. Some Rhino folk are said to single-handedly lead herds of rhinoceros that are 30 strong. Though typically docile and peaceful, as is the case with any race of peoples, there are a variety of temperaments and levels of intelligence among the Rhino folk. But a few things are true of all, however. When angered, their strength is a force to be reckoned with, and you never want to find yourself on the receiving end of their devastating horns. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe for more D&D Pokemon fusions, D&D set building, dice making videos, and much more. Don't forget to give Arcanarama a follow on Twitch to see a great D&D live play show starring me and my friends and family, as well as to get notified when I'm drawing D&D Pokemon fusions live. I look forward to seeing all of you in the next episode, but until then, stay safe out there, adventurers.